For now, a live look at central Israel after Iran fired a barrage of missiles overnight, vowing to retaliate after one of the regime's key oil sites were hit.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst joins us now from Tel Aviv with the latest. Trey, good morning. What are you seeing from the ground there in Tel Aviv? A lot of mixed results or messages coming from the internet about how much destruction is going on in Tel Aviv right now. Give us your assessment based on what you're seeing, but also what you've experienced in the past.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Since midnight, there have been 7 Iranian ballistic missile barrages fired at Tel Aviv. These are smaller barrages, but they are more frequent. And we saw just about an hour and 15 minutes ago, one of those barrages had a cluster munition on top of a ballistic missile, and it broke apart over the skies of Tel Aviv, causing some significant damage to the ground below. There are no reports of injuries, but we do have some video from the overnight interceptions as Israel's missile defense system worked to shoot down some of that incoming fire in the early hours of this morning. You can see those interceptors soaring through the air to take down this incoming fire. There were some direct impacts from cluster munition overnight, causing damage to cars and light injuries to the people below. Here's some aftermath video in central Israel. These first responders remain on alert, getting to the scenes as quickly as possible to provide care and ensure that bomb disposal units can be there on the scene. A deputy commander of the police speaking out about the overnight attacks.
As a result of the missile impact, it caused fire on several vehicles and damages to several buildings. Together with the forces of the Home Front Command, the MDA service, and the security forces at this stage, we found that 3 people were lightly wounded. At the moment, we are working to inspect the inside buildings to see that there are no one trapped inside and, of course, sealing off the scene.
As this continues, we know the Israelis are going after new targets inside of Iran, even this morning launching a fresh wave of strikes against western Iran. This is some video from Friday showing how intense the Israeli bombardment is. There is still a focus on the Persian Gulf, though, where U.S. Central Command is striking Iranian targets to try and keep this thoroughfare open. A member of Iran's IRGC saying this over the weekend.
The Strait of Hormuz will not be open to shipping. Not a single American Navy vessel will be allowed to enter the Persian Gulf. The presence of America in the Persian Gulf has been the main cause of insecurity over the past 50 years. It is not possible to establish security in the region without America's exit from the Persian Gulf.
This comes as the Americans are striking new targets in the Persian Gulf, including Kharg Island. You can see on Friday massive strikes going after this critical area for Iran's crude oil. Up to 95% of the crude oil is actually processed on this island in the Persian Gulf. President Trump taking to a media interview over the weekend saying, "We totally demolished Kharg Island, but we may hit it a few more times just for fun. We've totally decimated it." The United States and Israel continuing to put pressure on the Iranian regime as the regime is still launching new strikes against Israel and Gulf countries. Guys?
So, Trey, Israeli intelligence has started a new effort to target Iran's Quds force. What can you tell us about that?
A senior Israeli security official tells Fox News they have opened what they are calling the Quds file to systematically go after this branch of Iran's IRGC across the Middle East. They have taken out 7 top officials in Lebanon, and they have destroyed, according to this official, 17 out of 20 of the cargo planes used to transport weapons and components to regional proxies. Just to give you a sense of how kinetic this is, as I was speaking with this senior Israeli security official, he updated the death toll on the ground in Lebanon, saying they had taken out a 7th top official responsible for the Air Force components to Iran's proxies. This official goes on to say that these cargo planes they used to transfer weapons into the hands of the Hezbollah and Iranian militias in Iraq for years, carrying lots of bad things on them: electronic cards, missiles, rockets, advanced missiles, ground-to-sea missiles, anti-aircraft missiles. The official goes on to talk about the intelligence gathering mechanisms and says there are new mechanisms being used in this round against Iran, saying over the past month, our intel conducted a focused effort. We call it the Quds file, and our objective was to map all the operational architecture of Iran's Quds force. Now, I asked this official how long this will go on for and how how many officials they will go after. They added they are going to hunt down these members of the Quds forces across the Middle East to ensure they are not able to support these regional proxies that are continuing attacks against Israel. Even this morning, Hezbollah launching new rocket fire over the border. Guys?
All right, Trey Yingst, live for us in Tel Aviv. Trey, thank you.
Thank you, Trey.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.